Fluffy out. Thursday, August 22nd, my dad's 61st birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. I'm sure you're not watching this. And if you are, I don't know why you haven't told me that you've been playing DFS lately. We've got, I don't even know how many, 9 games tonight. And it feels super similar to yesterday. We've got a Astros pitcher that's like a minus 490 favorite against the Tigers. We've got Max Scherzer playing the role of Walker Buehler as the alternative to Justin Verlander. In this case, now Garrett Cole. Jake, how did your Wednesday go? Did you have enough Tigers? Do you have enough Ronnie Rodriguez? Because you did.
I had a bunch of Ronnie Rodriguez on FanDuel that I didn't even notice, but it wasn't enough to make anything happen. DK was okay. I played the night slate as well, and it was looking good for a while, but it's a 2-gamer. So I woke up and I think I got back like 95%. So
that's a victory, my friend.
I've been liking those 2 and 3 gamers. Like, people just don't really pay attention to those.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't use ownership projections. Like, I see a lot of names that I don't normally see. And the contest is a little bit smaller. So, and they're not always 150 max, which is nice when you're trying to put 20 to 50 in. So
I desperately need to move to the West Coast so I can play these night slates.
Well, you just need to move. I mean, it's pretty late for me. I don't stay up and watch. Like I probably go to bed at like 11 my time. So, somewhere around there.
Last night I should have just played because I was awake producing the golf show.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Because I forget.
More slates to reach your goals. That's what Alex says in the diversification primer. I think that's the one.
I mean, it's a profitable thing for me to play a slate, so you would think I would want to play more, but right. Here I am not doing it. Listen to Jake, don't listen to me. Play more slates. I'm not a night owl. I don't think I make better decisions at 9 p.m. Alrighty, let's get through all the good stuff. Live Before Lock is not the promo code. It's MLB Strategy because this is a different show. I'm just not used to talking to Jake for strategy shows, even though it's the second one we've done this week. MLB Strategy is the promo code. You know what? Both of these codes are going to do the same thing. So if you were in the middle of typing Live Before Lock, don't stop. MLB Strategy is the promo code. 50% off your first month of Awesemo Plus. Any monthly package you choose, including packages that include Fantasy Cruncher base. Does not include Fantasy Cruncher Pro. All you have to do is enter that code when signing up. The code will not work on weekly packages. It will not work on annual packages. If you try to use it and it fails, that's the answer. Just full stop. But come check us out, MLB Strategy. We are brought to you also by Yahoo Sports. I'm going to drop the link into chat for EMAC Spotlight Hitters article. If you want to get a little bit more information on signing up at Yahoo, it will be found at the top of that article. You can use the promo code AWESEMO, get up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points. They've got no management fee contests, lower management fees than the industry, better payout structures, 10 max entries instead of 150 max. It's just simply put a better place for the casual player to play. Highly recommend you get your money in there. I am slowly getting excited for week 1 of the NFL, and their big contest is like almost completely the reason why that's happening. I have very little interest in the NFL one way or the other, but playing in that contest on Yahoo is going to be like the thing that I check the most.
So you're excited. You're all the way to excited for NFL.
Just for week 1 and that contest, because it's so like, it's a massive no management fee contest. It's such a good tournament. Like if they offered that for League of Legends, I'd probably hunt down information for it, because it's a great contest for me to enter. If I think that I am even 0.1% profitable in NFL, then I'm already beating that game because nothing else is coming back out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm right.
I assume I'm better than that. So,
I think you're a little bit better than that. So, man, NFL cannot come soon enough. I'm pumped for it. So, seeing the contests on Yahoo get me even more excited.
I've got lineup study pulled up right now, and in a miraculous turn of events, a 150 max guy took down the $15 on DK. Not a single bullet today.
Who was it? I don't have it pulled up right now.
Hey W4130. I don't recognize the name.
Yeah, I don't recognize that name.
You would imagine they play pretty regularly if they've got 150 in here.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
By the way, not my birthday today, Dad's birthday. I have my dinner plans with the wife are the same that they would be on any other Thursday. My dad lives 500 miles away from me, so it's not like I could do anything about it. I texted him.
Josh turns 27 today, someone says.
Yeah, no. Josh turned 37 7 years ago.
37?
27.
Okay.
Josh turns 37 a lot sooner than he was 27, that's for sure. So, from a stack perspective, I can tell you this much. It wasn't Boston and it wasn't the Mets because my account looks different this morning and not in the positive way. How much Giants and Cubs did you end up with?
I had a few Cubs stacks. I had a couple good Cubs stacks, I think, in that rally cap, the $8.
Okay.
I've been playing that when they've offered that. Not enough. I think I had like a Cubs. I can't remember who the secondary stack. Maybe it was like Cubs Angels that was doing pretty well that I actually had a shot with. But then the Giants and Cubs just kept scoring more runs. So there were people that were passing me.
Oh, you beat me. You beat me in the minimax last night. Negative $23 for you. Negative 67 for me.
All right. Well, there you go. What was my highest lineup? I'm guessing it was that Cubs stack. Let's see here.
That I could actually look at. Your highest lineup was...
Yeah, I didn't have like a lineup close to the top.
No, I think it was like 100 and change, maybe 200 and change. 188.
Yeah, so it was that Cubs 5-man, Angels 3-man. That was doing pretty well.
You had 2 of those, actually.
Oh, yeah. I guess I did.
What was different? Okay, so you had a 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 Cubs, 1, 2, 9 Angels, a 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 Cubs, 1, 2, 9 Angels, but you swapped out Buehler for Verlander in one of them.
Yep. So, I don't know. I think I like using just a bunch of randomness instead of uniques. It's basically getting me to where I want it to be.
Yeah.
So it was fine. Like I had a good chance. I had a decent sweat going there for a while, and that's all you can ask for. So didn't go my way.
Yeah, I was basically with the field on the Cubs. You were a little lighter. Neither of us had the Giants, and basically no one did. But you had 2x the field on Baltimore, and that was the piece that was able to sustain for you, where I did not have that same thing. I didn't have the Nats. You didn't have the Nats. That'll do it.
I think Mancini, or someone didn't do well. I think it was Mancini in the Baltimore stack that I was like one of my highest exposed players. So that kind of sucked, but it was good nonetheless. Yeah, Baltimore, I got on pretty heavy.
Yeah, 15% Mancini at 0 fantasy points is not helpful when that team is the 3rd ranked stack. 3 guys into the 20s: VR, Henzer, Alberto, Renato Nunez.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Top lineup in the relay throw, just to look at what hit for 50K. 5-man Cubs stack naked. Hauser, Walker, Buehler. Well, I advocated for that part at least. So did you. Well, yeah, you ended up with a ton of Buehler, right?
Yeah.
I forgot that, like, in the end, it swung.
Mm-hmm.
His one-offs, Chirinos going for 27, Moustakas going for 24, and Chris Davis with a K going for 16. That'll do it.
Yeah, you hit a home run finally.
Had to happen eventually.
You would think so.
Alrighty. 9-gamer. Ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yoke. First game up, and I don't know, should be a good one. Orioles and Rays. 4-run implied total for the Orioles, 5.5 for the Rays, 66% chance to win for Tampa. Adrian Wojnarowski going for the Orioles. Ryan Yarbrough going for the Rays. No ownership going to either guy as of right now. What do you think of Yarbrough here? I thought he was someone that I was going to end up getting to. I assume I get more than the 1% that he's projected for, but What do you think of him today?
Wow, he is expensive across the board.
He is not cheap.
93, yeah, 93 on DK, 9K on FanDuel. That's actually going to put him in play because he's starting, or at least he's expected to start.
Yeah.
So he'll have that quality start chance, and he's a huge favorite. Um, Yahoo, he's $50. So he's priced
That's a
like almost
lot.
ace level. Yeah,
He's
I don't know.
been going so deep into games. I believe.
Yeah,
I might be making that up.
let's see. I mean, I feel like he's a solid pitcher. He went 8 2/3, 6 1/3 his last couple. He's got a bunch of 6+, so the quality start is for sure in play. That's why I think he's fine on FanDuel. He's probably okay on DK, maybe a little bit overpriced. And same thing on Yahoo if you can find enough value. Like I don't think it's that great of a spot though. We just saw Baltimore beat up on a lefty last night. Not saying that Yarbrough is not better than Montgomery, but they still do have some good hitters, especially from the right side. You've got Alberto, Mancini, Santander, all guys with some power, VR, power speed combo. So it's not like the Orioles are a complete pushover here, and it's hot and humid in Baltimore as well.
Yeah, I assume I end up with 3-4% of Yarborough, but that price tag is just too big for him.
Yeah. So I haven't started building. Have you started building?
No, I didn't run any. I didn't run a dummy this morning.
Okay.
Any Woj for you? No ownership coming in.
I'm surprised to see the 6 total. I know Tampa's pretty good.
Yeah.
But where do they strike out versus righties? I think versus lefties they strike out a bunch. Let me pull this up quick where they're at against lefties.
I can beat you.
You can probably beat me here.
Wait, what are you looking up?
How Tampa strikes out versus lefties.
Why lefties?
Or I'm sorry, versus righties. I'm thinking of Yarbrough.
Okay, I was that is why it prompted my question. I had no idea where you were going with that. Rays
So
at 21.7% active roster. They are 17th against righties.
Yeah, so mid tier, a little below average. 102 WRC plus versus righties. I think they strike out a lot more versus lefties, so that's what I was thinking.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Wojciechowski, 4th highest K rate on the slate, and you're getting him for under 7K at no ownership. This is a guy who has upside, just a lot of arm talent. He's had really good starts. He's going to be inconsistent, giving up a lot of power. I think he's still over like 2.25 home runs per 9.
Yeah.
So there's obviously issues here. 6 implied total is an issue.
Yeah.
But at no ownership, I'm for sure going to get Wojciechowski. And
so am I.
Of course, I'm going to get Tampa stacks as well.
Yeah. So I like Woj at 1% if Aaron Savali is going to be 27% owned.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even notice that.
So that's just an easy place for me to soak up some ownership. Not that I don't think Savali is sort of the best option at the bottom, but not at 27% when Woj is right there. We need to talk about the chalk in this game though. The Tampa Bay Rays are the number 1 owned stack on FanDuel. They are the number 1 owned stack on DraftKings. They're the number 1 owned stack on Yahoo. They have 21% aggregate ownership on FanDuel and 18% on DK. Just to put that in perspective, the Braves are the next closest on FanDuel at 14. On DraftKings, they are fully doubling up the Dodgers, who are at 9.8. Wow. How do you want to manage the chalkiness of the Tampa Bay Rays? By the way, they are my number 1 rated stack as well, so I get it.
I think there's a pretty good chance they're my number 1 rated stack, but also, like I said, I think Woj makes for a ton of sense. This is like one of those things I've been thinking about more is the inner lineup correlation. So I think if you're making 150, you should probably be overweight on Wojciechowski, and you should have a good amount also of Tampa stacks here because you got a high strikeout pitcher who gives up a ton of power. So it could go really good, really fast here for Wojciechowski, and that would obviously push all the Tampa bats down the leaderboard while you're getting reverse correlation on Wojciechowski, or he could just give up a bunch of bombs and you could be buried if you don't have Rays stacks. Yeah. So like this is one where I think you kind of have to play both sides if these ownerships stick.
I'm of the same opinion here. I assume I come in, I don't know, in like the 10 to 12% range on the Rays. There's certainly no way that I'm playing 20 when they're already at 20. And I figure I get in the 5 to 10% range of Wojciechowski, and that's just where it's going to be.
Yep.
And I'm very happy with that. But they have 4 guys 24% or higher on DraftKings. Their first 5 guys are 22% or higher on FanDuel, with 2 guys in the 30s.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. I mean, it's not like they have the highest total by a mile. This isn't Coors. You've got the Dodgers and Braves, 2 lineups that are better, and the Astros all with around 6 implied totals as well.
They're going to grade out really well in the top stack tool.
Who?
The Rays. I don't mean from a leverage perspective, but so I have the 5 best Rays bats having a chance of hitting their target score, basically 1 in 8,000. The Astros are second in that market, like 1 in 2,400. So they are like 3 times more likely to just pop off than just the 5 best Astros today. That's how good their pricing is. That's how good this spot is for them. So I can't disagree with the public, but that is not going to help you win GPPs, generally speaking, if you're just, trying to get over that number.
It's going to be tough. You've got 2 guys at 5K here for Tampa. So you might see some lower ownership.
One of them is Eric Sogard for reasons that don't make a ton of sense.
Yeah, I mean, if he's leading off, that's one thing. But if he's batting 7th, I guess it would be a way to get different. Maybe Kiermaier at 4,200 in the 8-hole. But they're going to be chalky nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in cash, you should be playing some of these guys, I would imagine.
Oh, you're playing Darno, probably. You're playing potentially Jesus Aguilar. You just don't have a choice.
Yep.
Aguilar $8 on Yahoo, by the way. That's a very appealing price tag.
That's pretty
Any
good.
interest in Orioles bats coming back against Yarborough? It's not really a spot that I want to be because Yarborough's not getting any ownership. There's not a lot of value there.
I don't mind it. Like I said,
okay.
You've got power. Santander, Mancini, of course, just a good hitter. And Nunez for 4,100, a guy with power.
You named the only 3 people that I would care about, so that's fine.
I kind of like 1 through 5.
Okay.
Like Stevie Wilkerson, Richie Martin, these guys aren't appealing options.
No.
I think DJ Stewart has a ton of power, but you're getting him lefty if I'm thinking of the correct guy. And it's not a super appealing implied total here, just above 4 runs for Baltimore.
Yeah, they are my 14th ranked stack out of 18. They're at like 8th and 9th in ownership. So, I'll have a little bit of Mancini, a little bit of Nunez, but there will be no bulk Baltimore unless Yarborough picks up ownership.
Yeah.
Alrighty, keep going here. Game 2, Pirates and Nats. 3.5 run implied total for the Pirates, 5 for the Nats. 67% chance to win. Steven Brault going for the Pirates. Max Scherzer back off the DL, going for the Nats. Not a lot of ownership going to Scherzer. 12% on Yahoo, 2% on FanDuel, 14% on DraftKings. Hasn't pitched in a month. I haven't seen anything about how long he's going to be going. I don't get the sense that he's the type of guy that's going to go out there for like 45 pitches or something. If he's going, I assume he's going. He's crazy. Like, he's not. If Max Scherzer has a 1-hitter going through 6 with 11 Ks, he's probably going to tell the manager that he's not going anywhere. That's just kind of his MO. How do you feel about Scherzer against the Pirates here, and what is really just not a good strikeout matchup?
It's not a good strikeout matchup. I'm worried about how deep he can go. Possible weather concerns too. So, great to have Mad Max back in our lives, but I don't think this is a spot unless we get word that he's just full go. I mean, okay, then I would consider playing him against anyone. But yeah, right here, like at 11.4, when you've got other options in this range and cheaper, it would be really tough for me to get to more Scherzer than Cole.
Yeah, this isn't going to be a spot like Bueller yesterday. I don't get the sense that I'm going to suddenly have like 40% Max Scherzer unless Unless the report comes out that just says like Max Scherzer is Max Scherzer today, then I can give him another quarter of an inning, and I can assume he's just going to go out there and be Max Scherzer. But even still, not a great matchup. I'll want some. I'd be shocked if he gets north of like 15% for me, which is exactly where the public is.
Yeah. No K prop right now on Scherzer either. So
nope. We'll get some more information later.
Well, if that comes out and it's like 8 or something, 7 or 8.
I have him at 8 right now.
Okay. Then he's probably closer to full go. Maybe closer than I think. But
I gave him 6 2/3 innings. That spits out 8. I assume we see a strikeout prop at 7.5 shading the over or 8.5 shading the under. And if we see something dramatically different from that, that's awesome. We just need more info now.
Yeah, tough to make a call right now.
Either way, there's no scenario on the planet where you're preferring Max Scherzer to Garrett Cole, even if Scherzer's healthy today.
Yeah, I would be shocked if Cole didn't project a couple of points better, at least on DraftKings.
Yeah, I've got it at 5 right now.
I mean, Alex loves Garrett Cole, as most people who are sharp in DFS love Cole because he goes deep, he gets a ton of strikeouts. Not that Scherzer doesn't, but it's just a health thing right now when you're paying over $11K for a pitcher.
I think that we can pretty comfortably skip Steven Brault right here.
Yeah, I think we're okay skipping him.
Cool. No ownership at all going to the Pirates. They are 15th on FanDuel, 16th on DraftKings, dead last for me. Are you trying to get to a single Pirates bat?
No.
Agreed? Let's talk Nats, a team I didn't get yesterday. I have them ranked 10th. They are 6th in ownership on FanDuel. That is essentially just Brian Dozier. He is at 21%. Everybody else is Kendrick or below. Similarly, 12th in ownership on DK. Once again, just Brian Dozier. Are you trying to grab some Nats against the Pirates? For some reason, I don't have them. Well, I mean, I guess not for some reason. They're really expensive.
You know what? Brault's not even that bad. 437 xFIP on the season. Like, he's not good, but
that's a take.
He's not terrible. He's 5,400. Maybe I probably end up with some of this guy. Just looking at the rest of the slate. Like, you really want to play Zimmerman against the Astros?
There's not a lot at the bottom today.
Yeah. So, want to walk that back a little bit on Brault. I'm going to end up with some of this guy, I would imagine. It's not a good matchup. Rendon looks fantastic here, 5,600. And you've got the Nats in a spot where they're super priced up, and they don't even have a 5 total right now. So their ownership, I would imagine, is going to be really, really low. I mean, everyone in their lineup is expensive.
Yeah, everybody but Dozier.
Yeah. But I like the matchup for Suzuki individually. I like the matchup for Rendon a ton. Turner, I mean, if he's leading off, he's probably in play. And then Soto, lefty is not going to get ownership at 56. So if you can figure out a way to stack them up, that's probably how I would like to approach it, because I don't think these guys are going to be top plays at their position, and certainly not top values. But the anti-optimizer play, if there ever was one.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get there. I would love to. Same way that in theory, I wanted them last night. I don't think I can get there because of the price. If Adam Eaton is 5,200, I'm going to have a hell of a time figuring out how to get there. So I'm trying to check out and see how much I actually like them, even ignoring their salary. Just give me 1 second to finish off this formula. So favorite Nats bat right now?
Rendon.
Okay.
5,600. Let's see what he is over on Yahoo. He's usually pretty expensive. 22. That's not bad. FanDuel, he is at 44. Wow. So they're just priced up all over the place. These Nats.
I would say that mine is Turner, but I have an irrational love for Trey Turner. So
yeah, has he hit for power this season? I'm
sure he hasn't.
Let's see. I haven't really noticed much about him. Well, he's hitting home runs.
Okay.
13 on the season. That's not bad. Power speed combo, obviously enormous for DFS.
I might get to a little bit on DraftKings of the Nats. I don't think that I will get there on FanDuel.
That's where I would want to get to them, I think, because they're just overpriced, but they're not going to be owned at all.
Got a dog hair on the top of my water. That was disgusting. All right. Back to the team I hate the most right now, the New York Mets. Not fun yesterday. 4.5 run implied total today, going up against the Indians. Slight favorites here. Noah Syndergaard for the Mets. Aaron Savali going for the Indians. Syndergaard, 32% owned on Yahoo at $41, 11% on FanDuel at $10K, 16% on DraftKings at $10.3. Meanwhile, Savali, unowned on Yahoo and FanDuel, but 27% owned on DraftKings. That is the third highest ownership rate of the day. Let's start with Syndergaard. How do you feel about Thor up against the Indians?
I don't mind it. I don't think I get to a lot of Syndergaard here.
Neither do I.
Cleveland's just really tough matchup these days. Added Puig, another low K bat. You think about all these switch hitters at the top too, so you never have the platoon split. And I don't think Syndergaard is really worth 10-3 in this spot. So it's kind of in an awkward tier. I don't know. I'd rather just get up to Cole. So
I will say this. I have him projected for 5.6 strikeouts, and the strikeout prop is at 6.5 right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm short, which is intriguing to me, and it's going to be something I dig into, but I do not get the sense that I'm going to be getting to Syndergaard. I'd rather have Cole. I'd rather have Scherzer. I'd rather have Herman Marquez. I might rather have Mike Soroka, who's at the same ownership right now at $300 less. We will get to all of that. I'm nervous about the Indians.
It's just a low upside spot
here.
So even if he goes over that prop 6.5, even if he gets 7, like you think he's throwing a clean game here, 6 innings, 7 Ks? Because I think that's a pretty unlikely performance against Cleveland, especially with the amount of speed they have too, which Syndergaard, he just cannot hold runners to save his life.
So I would say that that's a pretty unlikely experience or situation too, but apparently it's not.
Yeah, I am. I don't know. I'm a little bit perplexed.
I will be keeping an eye on that.
Yeah.
Savali, 27% owned, 6,200, going up against the Mets. How do we feel about that? Because I think he's the best value below Miles Michaelis. Let's just say 7K or below. I think that Savali is pretty clearly the best value. However, I don't feel great about 27% of him today.
No, I don't feel great about 27% either. The Mets have been like the hottest team in the MLB lately. It's not like they've been bad versus
not yesterday.
No, not yesterday. Did they end up winning yesterday? They did end up winning on a walk-off yesterday. This team just can't be stopped.
Speaking of walk-offs yesterday, early slate, Rays taking the beating. I message Adam and I say, it'd be really great to get a Rays walk-off grand slam. Sure enough, Tommy Pham up with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th to take the lead. No grand slam. They get a run on a wild pitch. I was like, what a letdown. I thought I called the grand slam like before the inning started. Wild pitch run to win the game. I was like, okay, I feel like that's a direct message to me.
I had so many Rays too, so I would have liked that. You look at the Mets here. I think an average matchup, Savali is an underdog. Win equity isn't great here, obviously, against Syndergaard. He's gone 6 innings in each of his first 4 starts, and it's not like he's done a ton in the way of missing bats. No. He's had a couple tough matchups against New York and I think Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. But his other 2 were against Texas and Detroit. I guess he was good in those 2 starts. So he's not a bad pitcher, but I don't know if he's deserving of 27%. And he might go up by the time we get to lock. And I just don't think he's going to be that much better of a value than Brault or I don't even know, Ariel, Hirato, or guys like that.
Woj.
Yeah, Wojciechowski, yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I'll probably have, I don't know, 15. Feels about right.
That's fine. I'm going to have some of him, so I'm never like full fading these guys unless they're just like Alex just thinks that based on his projections, they're just bad chalk. Like, I don't think this is terrible chalk. If this sticks, he's just kind of the best of a pretty poor pitching slate, at least at the bottom.
Mets bats, Indians bats, nobody really picking up any ownership. There's not a single bat, either team, any site north of 10% ownership. I think 7% on Conforto on FanDuel is the high number. Do you like either team as a stack? I feel like this is another perfect spot to take the Mets.
I think it is. I like both teams, actually.
I don't mind the Indians either. But I don't really love targeting against Syndergaard. It doesn't typically get blown up.
No, he doesn't. But I think there is quite a bit of stolen base upside here for Cleveland. You've got Puig, Lindor, two guys that steal a ton of bases. Let's look where Allen's at. He's only at 3 this season. How many does Jose Ramirez have? I think I looked at Cleveland the other day, maybe versus Mats. Yeah, Ramirez has 24 in the season. So there's a few guys that are running. Plus, you've got a bunch of quality hitters here at the top against Syndergaard. So it could go very poorly just on the base paths, and they could generate runs without having to hit a bunch of bombs off Syndergaard. So I do like at least mini stacks of Cleveland.
Okay.
And then I think if you're going to the Mets, just you can full stack it here. They've got some favorable pricing on Conforto, Ramos.
4,600 for Conforto unowned today is a fun spot to be in.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Alonso at 56 is difficult, but yeah, I guess maybe more mini stacks than anything for these teams.
I'll be getting the Mets just because of Savali's ownership, and I have them as my 10th stack on DraftKings, and they're 15th in ownership, so I'll have a little bit of wiggle room there. Hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Coming up later tonight, deeper dive. God, I do that so often. A deeper dive. Myself and Adam will be breaking down these 9 games once again, and then live before lock, Jake and Spags taking you guys all the way up to 7:05. That's it for Thursday. Relatively tame day. Golf locks in like 2 hours, I think, or an hour, something like that. Get your golf lineups in right now. Got mine in. I'm going to get bent over by Dustin Johnson again for the second straight week, so that should be fun. Really exciting stuff. You playing?
Thursday. What's that?
Any golf?
I might once we're off the show. We'll see.
Okay.
But Thursdays are not going to be tame for long. We got this Thursday and next Thursday, and then after that, we've got NFL. I'm going to be grinding some showdown slates. So
lucky you, man. Sounds awesome.
You're not going to play?
Showdown NFL?
Yeah.
I barely want to play Sundays at 1 o'clock.
Showdown NFL is...
No. There is nothing I could be interested in less.
There's an edge in it. What more can you want?
I would rather dive on top of that edge.
Oh, man. For a 150 max player, it's yeah.
That would require me to look at the NFL.
Not really.
Putting a single second into that is a second I would rather have doing anything else.
All right. Well, when I bank the 250K,
I hope that happens for you.
You'll be sorry.
I don't even think I would get satisfaction out of winning in the NFL in a showdown slate.
What?
Yeah.
You're saying it's not skillful with the captain spot?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I just wouldn't care.
I mean, I just like money. I don't care what sport is that.
That's fair. I just like, oh God, the idea, I could already feel it. You get that like 80-yard catch, dude gets tackled at the 1, and Joe Boner gets the 1-yard touchdown at the end, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, now I remember why I hate fantasy football. Hate Hate it, hate it, hate it.
It's part of the tilt. It's great.
But watch everybody else because they will care about it. Or watch everybody else at Osmo. They care about it and they will give you good information.
For sure.
I will give you good information with very little care in my voice. That is more of a spreadsheet game than anything else to me.
NBA is coming.
Aaron Hernandez in YouTube chat says, Josh, come on, fake it for us. I don't need any comments out of you, Aaron Hernandez. I don't even know how you're here right now. Braves and Marlins, 5.9 run implied total for Atlanta, 3.6 for the Marlins. Mike Soroka going for Atlanta. Sandy Alcantara, because Adam's not on this show, going for Miami. Alcantara getting no ownership. Soroka, 23% on Yahoo, 15 on FanDuel, 16 on DK. At least we got Mike Soroka to 10K on DraftKings, so there is that. I really like Soroka here. If Julio Teheran can do it, I see no reason Soroka can't. It's just 10K is a lot, but he's probably the guy. Like, I think the 16% ownership is probably going to be lower than what I end up with, but, maybe in like the 20, 25, something in that neighborhood. What do you think of Soroka against the Marlins?
I don't mind it. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to get to him or Syndergaard. Just too low upside plays. Soroka, at least, like, there's complete game shutout possibilities, like real complete game possibility against Miami.
Yeah.
And he's shown he can go deep 6-7 innings pretty often. So he's fine. I'm just never going to be super excited about playing Soroka in any matchup, because if it's a good one like this one, he's going to get ownership. And if it's not, he just doesn't have a lot of upside, I don't think, for 10K.
79 weighted runs created plus and a 133 ISO to righties this season for the Marlins. They are both the low numbers on the totem pole.
Yeah, they're really bad. So yeah, Soroka's fine. Alcantara, not someone I'm looking to get to. Just another guy with almost no strikeout upside, and he's not even priced down. If he was like 5K, like Elieser was the other day, maybe I would consider playing some of him, but no thanks against the Braves. I think the Braves are one of my favorite stacks on the entire day. I like that they priced up Freeman. I love that they priced up Acuna at almost 6K. Again, hot and humid in Atlanta. And I think right now they have the highest implied total. So love the Braves here against Alcantara.
Yeah, they are the second most owned team on FanDuel, fourth on DraftKings. They're only second on FanDuel because Matt Joyce is projected for 36% ownership. I have them sixth. The Braves will be one of my bigger fades. I have a little bit more respect for Alcantara, and the park is really just not a great spot to put bulk runs on the table. I don't get the sense that I'll get to a lot of Atlanta. Acuna, 5,900. That is a really tough sell in this park for me. I do think that I'll get to some Ozzy Albies. I do think I'll get to some Josh Donaldson, but I'm not going to have a lot of Atlanta.
All right. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be on the other side.
I expect them to be over-owned in the top stacks tool by like a decent amount.
Yeah, but if you look at on DraftKings, you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, FanDuel skews it a bit because of Matt Joyce's ownership.
Right. A lot of that's probably going to come to the bottom of their lineup. So where is Acuna right now?
They go 8, 9, 6, 13, 12, 17. 17 being Tyler Flowers.
Right. So 8, 9, 6. I mean, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, but you're paying $5,900 for that 8% of Ronald Acuna in Miami.
Well, that's the point. People are going to jam in the optimizer plays, Joyce and Flowers, and that's fine. You should still have them in some of your stacks, but if you get away from one or both of those guys, they could still perform really well because the good hitters are priced appropriately.
Sure. Matt Joyce, minimum salary on Yahoo. Tyler Flowers, minimum salary on Yahoo. I see some cash plays here. I don't really like the idea of going here in a GPP. I just don't like taking offense in Miami.
It's not in Miami. It's in Atlanta.
Sorry. Why? This is like the third time I've said it in this little game. Josh never plays Atlanta. That's actually not true. That was way more of a last year thing than a this year thing.
Yeah. We brainwashed him a bit.
Yeah. I don't know why I just said in Miami 5 times.
All good.
I'm a little tired. I'm up late on those Wednesday production shows of the Live Before Lock thing, man. I come in with like 6 hours of sleep on a Thursday. That's why I'm not normally on this Thursday show. Any Marlins bats for you against Soroka?
No. I think I'm okay not playing Marlins here.
Yeah.
Soroka's fine. He's a quality pitcher. 9-game slate. You can go elsewhere.
YouTube chat finally catching up, letting me know that the game is in Atlanta. I'll never understand why more than one person says that, but fine.
They gotta throw in their 2 cents.
Yeah. Separated by like time, you know. I get if you like everybody does it at the same time. Craziness. Cardinals and Rockies. Cards 4.5 run implied total, 3.9 for the Rocks. Miles Michaelis versus Erman Marquez. Michaelis, I don't know, between 5 and 15% ownership depending on the site. Marquez 24 on Yahoo, 11 on FanDuel, 6 on DK. Who do you want to start with? Who do you prefer? Well, I don't know why I'm asking that. You certainly don't prefer Miles Michaelis.
Why not?
You always hate Michaelis?
Yeah, I don't think he's great, but 72 versus a team with a 3.7 implied total and a bad pitching slate in the mid-tier, he's certainly going to be an option for me. I expected him to be pretty chalky, actually. He's not mid-teens right now on DK. There's nothing wrong with him here at 72 as a home favorite against a team with the third lowest implied total on the slate. Yeah, third right now.
Wait, what? What are you
Colorado.
seeing as the line?
3.7 to Colorado, 4.4 to St. Louis. Did it go down?
I have the Pirates, the Marlins, the Tigers, and the Blue Jays all below
Pirates. Blue Jays are above them right now from what I'm looking at.
Okay.
But so bottom 5 total, whatever. They're going to stick around there.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear you give any love to Michaelis. He's usually just like persona non grata for you.
Yeah,
I think there's like a line at him where there's not a ton below him that I like. I like him more than Woj for sure.
I think Michaelis' ownership is going to go up, and so I agree on the Woj call. Like if Woj is going to go overlooked, obviously a worse spot for Woj and a much higher implied total against him, but which guy is more likely to strike out 8 hitters? I think it's Woj by a long shot.
Yeah. Michaelis's K prop is 4.5.
Yeah, that's my issue with him is strikeouts are king in MLB DFS, and he is allergic to them.
Marquez, third most expensive pitcher on DraftKings today, which is a bit of a tough sell. He's a lot cheaper on FanDuel and Yahoo. Do you anticipate getting to Marquez against the Cardinals?
God, I wish the Cardinals, like they're getting healthy right now, so it makes it really tough to play a 10-6 pitcher, but still low implied total, 4.5, 4.4 somewhere in there, and they haven't been great versus righties the whole season. Marquez obviously pitching outside of Coors here, still can rack up strikeouts with the best of them. Maybe not with the best of them. He's not Garrett Cole, but I think he's gonna be he's the guy I'm probably gonna be most overweight on in this 10K and above tier on DraftKings, because I'm not super wild about Soroka and he's getting ownership. Not super wild about Syndergaard, and then Scherzer, we don't know how long he's pitching. So no concerns like that for Marquez, and I think it's about an average matchup and not getting ownership right now. So I could see myself getting to 15-20% of Marquez pretty easily here.
I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how much he'll get pinched out. I think that I end up with more Scherzer than Marquez, but if Scherzer is really limited to like 80 pitches, that'll probably kill all of that thought. So.
All right.
Bats in this game. Cardinals getting no ownership on FanDuel, a little bit on DraftKings, but they're still 10th. Rockies 17th and 18th in ownership. I'm going to get some Rockies, but that's about it. And I'm not going to get a lot of it. I don't like it, but Story and Arenado, Blackman and Murphy, those are the guys that I'll have my eye on. The bottom of the lineup is terrible.
I don't see a lot of bats I like on either side, to be honest.
Neither do I.
If I had to choose one, man, it's probably like Tommy Edman at 4K, but it's not a game I'm looking for hitters.
I like Blackman and Murphy. Cardinals Park plays neutral to lefty power. That's the only thing that Michaelis doesn't like dominate, so to speak. 170 x ISO over the last 2 years to lefties, so I like the idea of getting to a one-off Blackman or a one-off Murphy, but tough sell for me from a stack perspective.
Yep, agreed.
All right. Astros and Tigers. And then I'm going to throw to you so I can put a little water in my cup. Garrett Cole going for the Astros. Jordan Zimmerman going for the Tigers. Another massive line. They are 81% likely to win. 5.9 to 2.6 is what I have in here right now. Cole, 55% owned on Yahoo at $62. 34 on FanDuel, 47 on DraftKings. Talk to the people about what you want to do with Garrett Cole.
Similar to Verlander last night. It's of course going to depend on his ownership from site to site. Oh, actually, FanDuel, I don't really care what his ownership is. I would love to get to 100% Cole if I could. He is by far the best pitcher on the slate. I would be surprised if he doesn't grade out that way when Alex's projections come out. You've got a 2.4 implied total here for Detroit. Detroit won the game last night, but that wasn't because Verlander had a bad start. It would be surprising for Cole to get beat up, much less have like less than 10 strikeouts here. Even if he doesn't have a great start, I think he could get 10 Ks in his sleep in this spot. Even if it's an average matchup. So run prevention should be there. Strikeouts should be there. Absolutely nothing wrong with Garrett Cole. I think he's priced appropriately for 12K. And I hope I get a ton of him.
We are on the same page, obviously. Clearly the best option today. Should have massive ownership, should carve up this Tigers team. Probably will give up 2 solo home runs like his partner in crime from yesterday. And that's just it. I don't have information or hot takes that change anything here. He's very clearly the best option against what is essentially the worst team.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really just that easy. Like there's no underlying anything.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me if you struck out all 27 Tigers.
I mean, I'd be a little bit surprised.
I would clearly be shocked.
All right. What's his K prop at? Oh, he doesn't have one right now.
No. I have him projected for 9.7.
I think that's conservative. What did Verlander have last night? 12?
9.5.
I know. What did he end up with? 12?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because Cole's I think he's got the highest K percentage in the MLB right now.
Oh, yeah.
Is he still at like 40%? Maybe
I think it's like 38, right?
30. Okay, 36.8.
Yeah, that's close.
So
Verlander lost with nobody ever being on base.
Oh, so he only gave up those 2 hits.
Yeah, and they were both solo dongs.
Man, that's like a riddle. He went complete game.
He never pitched from the stretch.
Unbelievable.
11 Ks.
10, 11. Okay, yeah. I would project Cole for somewhere right in there.
Yeah, hard not to. I can't imagine either one of us is playing Jordan Zimmerman.
Nah. Edwin Jackson was viable on a late slate the other day, which was incredibly frustrating. He was like chalk on the night slate against Houston. No need to get to Zimmerman here. He is bad. Wow, I wonder if the Astros are going to be under-owned because of their pricing too.
Yeah, they are 5th in ownership on DraftKings, 5th on FanDuel, but Jack Mayfield is at 24%, which is pushing that up. So they're not really owned as a stack. Where do you see yourself ending up when it comes to the Astros against Zimmerman? They are my number 2 team overall right now, by the way.
Yordan Alvarez is a premier play at 58, if you can afford that. So you've got Acuna for 59, who I like a lot. Alvarez. After that, like, I think the guy I'm least likely to play a lot of in Houston is probably, well, the two guys are probably Brantley and Ariel. Like, I want Altuve, I want Springer and Bregman, and then Alvarez. So those would be my top 4 guys. Chirinos is probably going to be forced into a lot of stacks too. And then I would like to be below the field on Mayfield on any site. Anytime there's a 9 hitter that's getting the most ownership in the stack, I don't care how good he is. It's probably not a great tournament play to be jamming him in all the time.
Yeah, I would like to get to Astros. We'll see how feasible that is, just because pitching is kind of not cheap today.
Right.
So you might have to do some creative accounting to get to Houston. But anybody, I mean, I want everybody but Jack Mayfield, I guess.
Me too. It's just, I think I'm going to be below the field on Cole now that I'm looking at it. Not a ton below the field, like I was on Verlander yesterday, like 30% or something.
Okay.
Because I want to get a ton of Astro stacks. I want to get to the Braves and hopefully the Dodgers as well.
I would expect to get the Astros aggressively as one-offs or 2-mans, but I don't get the sense that I'm going to get an overwhelming amount of 5-mans just because of the way the pitching lines up.
Yeah.
I assume we don't need to talk about the Tigers.
No, if you want to pick someone who's going to homer off Cole.
Yeah, is Ronnie Rodriguez playing?
He's not in the projected lineup. Could be no Candelario. He's down in AAA, I think. So you can't pick him. Maybe Goodrum. No, I wouldn't take any of these guys. The Rodriguez thing was a complete mistake yesterday.
I'm going to do a quick favor for someone. DFS 300 said, only live feed I see. Sorry for the off-sport question. Take 2 of the 4 in golf. Kokrak, Glover, Howell the third, or Ches Reavie. So I pulled up my sheet. Take a look and see who I've got. Kokrak. Oh, you're grabbing everybody from the bottom. Kokrak, Glover. So it's the bottom 4. So the guy that I have the most of is Howell. It goes Howell, Reavie, Glover, Kokrak for me. But Howell would be the only one that I definitely pick. So there you go. Popping in a little golf content from someone who should not provide golf content.
I was going to say.
I mean, it's Alex's projections and our ownership projections with very little changed in them. So
we do have top of the line tools for golf as well.
I wouldn't be playing golf if those things did not exist. So if you want any sort of cosign, I have not built my own personal golf model. I use what we have at the site. It's just, I wouldn't even think twice. White Sox and Rangers. White Sox 5.4 unimplied total. Rangers 5.6. God, the pitching sucks here. Ross Detweiler versus Ariel Hirato. Oh my God, this is like a AAA game. You told me this was happening in... Oh God, I don't know the name of either one of their teams. I always just default to Pawtucket. That would make a lot more sense.
Isn't that Boston?
It is. Ariel Hirato is 10% owned today. Is that even crazy? Because I don't think it's crazy. It's just not fun.
I don't think it's crazy. So look at Detweiler. He is so bad. 14 homers and 41 innings pitched this season. Obviously, some variance there. 27 Ks. In his appearances, 1-1-1-2-0, 1-1-2-2-1, and 2 home runs allowed. And he's going like under 5 innings in all these. Like, he's given up a home run in every appearance besides one. The question is, who? Like, I guess Texas can put up some righties here. Andrew Santana, I love actually for 5,400, but like Pence at 55, his price is still broken from earlier in the season. Like they're fine, but I don't know. Like if I'm paying 5K plus, besides Santana, these guys aren't top of the line plays for me. I don't think.
Yeah, I hope that I just don't get either Ross Detweiler or Ariel Hirato. I assume that I will get a little bit of Hirato. The bats, Texas is third on both sites. I have them ranked fifth. White Sox are seventh in ownership on FanDuel, sixth on DraftKings. I mean, clearly I want to get offense in here, but neither one of these teams are particularly good. This is just a gross game. It's two really crappy offenses against two really crappy pitchers. What do you like the most out of this? Rangers bats, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like filler bats. I think both of these stacks probably come in over, or I guess White Sox probably come in over owned on the top stack tool because you got John Jay for 2,500, Skull for 33, and Sanchez for 3K.
Nick Solak on Yahoo projected for 50% ownership right now.
Oh my God, that's a little bit high for ever.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like Santana. I absolutely love. So just want to reiterate that. And Andrews is a good value. I'm gonna get to Texas stacks. I think I'd rather just take like Eloy and Abreu and like 2 and 3 mans for the White Sox. Oh, Moncada's gonna be back possibly.
Yeah, I have him in.
Oh, God, that makes this lineup look way better, especially versus a bad righty. I don't know where I'm at on this game. There's got to be something. Like it's like the Wojciechowski versus the Rays thing. Like I feel like the right play is to play both sides of it, but I have no clue exactly where I'm going to be at this point.
I have no idea. Anything can come up in this game, and I would believe it at this point. Like, I could end up with a ton of Jose Abreu, and I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. I could end up with a ton of Shin-Soo Choo, and I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. It's really hard to roster crappy things. And all of this game is crappy.
Yeah, it's really bad. Except for Moncada and Santana, I think.
Moncada, yes. Santana, less, yes. But not, no. He's still 5,400. It's not like you're getting some bargain.
All right.
I like him. He's a solid value. I have no issues, but it's not like he's cheap.
What are people? Oh, okay. I'm looking at this tweet from yesterday that I just saw about if Josh Engelman was batting 8th for the Braves.
Yeah. The answer should be do not roster me.
I don't think I'm rostering you, sorry.
But the most important piece of that question is who's pitching.
Maybe if it's me pitching, I'd probably roster you.
You should. But if it's Garrett Cole on the hill, I'm not going to touch the ball on any swing of the bat. I won't even be close. He's going to have to make a mistake and leave a fastball straight down Main Street. And I'm probably not catching up with that shit either. Especially with a wooden bat.
No.
Yeah, if I can hit with a college bat, I'll probably foul it off once. At best. But if you can give me like a real garbage pitcher that like works in like the high 80s, I think I might have an okay shot at least getting the bat on the ball once in 4 at-bats.
I think I'm striking out against any pitcher that's
that is by far the most likely scenario is 4 straight Ks. Without question. Not even it's just not even close.
What if Adams pitching? I don't know.
I line it into the gap. I don't know. We're old. He and I both suck now. I don't have anything else in this White Sox Rangers game. I will have much more interesting thoughts for it on the deeper dive later tonight when we can get a little bit idea of what like official lineups and where this slate is actually going, because this is just a mess.
Yeah, it is. It is an absolute mess. So, but it's a good one for DFS. Like, there's going to be ownership somewhere in this game. I'm just curious to see where it's going to fall.
I'm going to replace a word in this from DeTruth. Put that ball on a tee and you won't get it out of the infield. I promise you it's leaving the infield.
On a tee? I mean, yeah.
Look, I can hit a ball out of a ballpark in batting practice. That's the best I can say.
Ooh, I don't even think I can do that.
I mean, a wooden bat's going to be a struggle. A metal bat, I can do it.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
A's and Yankees. I'm not saying that I'm going to be putting it like 450 in the seats or anything, but I can jerk one out of the right park. A's and Yanks, coin flip game. Tanner Roark, Masahiro Tanaka. No ownership really going to Roark. No ownership going to Tanaka. I feel like that's wrong in a way. 8,500 for Roark, 7,500 for Tanaka. I want to get to Tanaka at 2% ownership in Oakland, but I don't need to get a lot. I don't really trust him all that much.
He just completely lost his ability to strike guys out. And that's an issue against a team that's not a good strikeout matchup. A lot of righties in here, I suppose, but he's been kind of neutral splits his entire career. And now if Chris Davis is maybe going to start to hit, now you've got a scarier Oakland lineup. I guess just good park. That's the only thing. It's not even a good price for Tanaka. It's like the park is the only thing he's got going for him here, I think. And the weather. Roark, same thing. Really want to play Roark for 8,500 against the Yanks? Because I certainly do not. I think the Yankees make for great value plays, but I don't think that's going to be a secret to anyone here.
So Yankees, 13th in ownership on FanDuel, essentially unowned. DraftKings, they are 8th. A lot of that going to the perpetually chalk Aaron Judge right now. I have the Yankees 5th. I have some interest. It's just a really tough spot because Oakland is not a great park.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean,
but I expect to get to the Yankees more than the field is on the Yankees.
Yeah, I hope I do as well. I wasn't getting to a lot of Judge last night. But like Judge and Sanchez really stick out as awesome values, and Gregorius. All 4K or 4,200.
EMAC. Oh my God, not safe for work. I tune in and hear Josh talking about choking up on his bat. What have you been doing with Judge lately?
Playing him.
Yeah, same.
He pulled a home run the other night.
I know. Had to happen eventually.
Yeah.
How much Yankees do you expect to end up with here against Roark?
I think I'm going to end up with. I think tonight I'm going to end up with a lot of Sanchez and Judge.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm going to end up with a lot of stacks. Maybe Gleiber as well.
Yeah. I'm going to get a lot of Sanchez as well.
Okay. Just a really good price against any pitcher. Roark especially.
Any A's bats against Tanaka standing out to you? Chris Davis, Matt Olson.
Matt Olson, I like for 4,700, and then I'm playing Davis. I played him the whole season.
Yeah, why stop now? I'm in the same boat, so I don't mean it in any other way.
He got his home run last night, so
had to happen. Maybe today. Now he's just going to heat up so he can hit 247.
Yeah.
I don't really need to stack up Oakland in Oakland against Tanaka, who, whatever you think of him, and he hasn't been right as of late.
Yeah.
It's still Oakland.
Right.
Close it out. Last game, Dodgers and Blue Jays. I've got 5.6 for the Dodgers and 3.5 for the Jays. 70-30. Kenta Maeda, and now officially Jacob Wagsback, who I thought was pitching yesterday. Maeda, 35% owned on Yahoo, 16 on FanDuel, 39 on DraftKings at 8,100. What do you want to do with Maeda? Because I think that ownership is correct.
What did you say his ownership was?
39.
Did that change?
Did we get another run of ownership?
You're right.
Okay.
Wow, 8,100, 39. I don't know that's. It's a good spot. It's a good spot for Maeda. You would imagine he sees a decent amount of righties here, assuming Vlad's back in the lineup. Pitcher spot for Wagsback. I would guess he is not a good hitting pitcher, and that he strikes out a lot. That's an extra boost for an AL team.
Yeah.
For Maeda. So quality price. The ownership sucks on him. I think just more of a reason to like take some shots with Michaelis or Asher Wojciechowski or some of these other guys in this range. If everybody's flocking to one guy, Maeda's fine. But as chalk, he's not a guy that goes deep already. And you really need a decent performance here.
There's a lot of swing and miss in this Blue Jays offense.
There is that.
Any Wags back for you? I can't imagine. No. Dodgers bats getting a lot of ownership. Are they going to be getting it from Jake?
Yeah, I think so. Jock stands out again. What is going on with this price? 42.
It never moves, man. At least he's over 3K on FanDuel now.
He's $11 on Yahoo. That should probably be your cash lineup.
Yeah, he's a guaranteed cash play.
Any non-elite righty, if he's priced like this, he's like always in the conversation for cash. And I don't even think Wagsback is that bad. He hasn't been bad so far this season. But the Dodgers are just so good. So right now, I think I have the Dodgers below Houston. And you're getting in terms of teams, I'm going to be more overweight on, but and maybe even below Atlanta as well. So I'm curious. The last time I said I didn't think I was going to get to a lot of Dodgers was Tuesday, and that worked out very poorly for me. So I'm hoping tonight is not the same.
I'm a big fan of getting to some Dodgers here. My boy Muncy homered again last night. There's such a powerful offense, particularly from the left side. I think Wagsback's going to be in for some trouble. So I expect to be with the field on the Dodgers. And I'll try to just get more of some of these guys that aren't picking up the ownership. $5,400 Will Smith might have. Wait, is he $5,400 for real?
$5,400.
Okay. I didn't know if I was accidentally getting relief pitcher Will Smith's salary. So just checking. Yeah, play some Dodgers. They're expensive. They're going to get some ownership, but they have a massive upside.
Yeah.
9 games up and 9 games down, Jake. That was pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty straightforward slate, I think, besides that Texas White Sox game.
Yeah, that is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Hit the like button, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. We will be back for the deeper dive at 5 p.m. And live before lock then at 6 with Jake and Spags. That's going to be the same combo today and tomorrow. Myself and Adam on deeper dive, Jake and Chris on live before lock. Anything else? Ooh, and I will be on the early bird tonight for tomorrow's slate. So
yeah,
get super excited.
Yeah, I'll have cheat sheets out shortly. And looking forward to talking about this slate again in a few hours.
There you go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll talk to you later.